Russell Brunson himself, he could sell $3.2 million in 90 minutes. We exactly use the Russell Brunson's webinar, perfect webinar for our own webinar. And that's why we had a huge, huge success in our webinar funnel. And I'll show you guys about how you can actually use AI to create all of that because hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So guys, if you don't mind to turn your cameras on, that would be appreciated, please. Everyone, I would love to have everyone's to turn your cameras on. So it's gonna be a lot more interactive. Hi Trina, we got Jonathan, we got Corey, we got Chris, we got Stan, our new member, Mary, Anna. Very good. So just guys, put in the chat where you're tuning from. So I start with myself, Sydney. Got from Singapore, Kylie from Singapore, Alex from Chicago, Trina from England, Shanghai, California. Hi, Romero. New York. Very good. So, guys, is if anyone is new to ARPreneurs and you are not in our community yet, so these exclusive master classes that we do are exclusive to our members and members of our ARPreneurs community. So I'm just gonna pop the link in the Zoom. If you're not a member yet, please join now. So that's a link. So is there anyone that is not a member here? Put in the chat number one if you're not a member yet, or everyone a member. So if you're not a member, please join our community. And also we have another lucky draw today. As you guys know that every time we have the live sessions every 2 weeks, we do a lucky draw and we give one of our paid courses as a giveaway. So today the lucky draw is going to be one of our paid courses. So I'm just going to pop the link to the lucky draw. So that's the link. So what you guys need to do is that if you have any takeaway, aha moment, anything that you learned, please put it in the as a comment in the post to be able to win. And at the end of the day, we do a lucky draw and one person will win one of our paid courses. The reason we're doing is because you guys put a lot of takeaways and aha moment in the chat, and the moment that the session finishes, then everything's gone and no one can review it. So the advantage of putting it in the chat, then you can see from others' perspective and everyone can come back and review. It's gonna be like a summary of the today's session. So that's why we do that, and it has been very effective. I'm just gonna pop the link in the chat, like a draw post. You need to be a member of the community. Someone's sharing the screen. Sorry. So that's a lucky draw post. And I'm also going to share my screen quickly to show you guys how you can do that. So this is a post. We all love lucky draw. So everyone, you can start commenting on that one. Um, so that's pinned to the top. If you haven't joined yet, again, I just popped the link again. Maybe yeah, you can pop the link again to the about page of the free. Please go and join the community. And also one other things, guys, we just launched this Agapono's Skool map. That's a very, very exciting news. So basically, if you go to the top on the map, you are able to find who is around you, and you'll be able to contact them. You're able to see the name. You're able to contact them, right? So we could basically go and if I go on each person, I can see who is in that area. So definitely try to. I saw in some other communities that they launched that people have started already having meetups and coffee catch-ups. We all know the importance of the meeting in person. So please try to explore it if you haven't yet. And I just said that if you guys are interested, you're excited, just say where you're from. Once we get 300 comments on this post, then I'm going to plan to organize some meetups all around the world, and I'm going to do an announcement, and we're going to find a leader from each state. So yeah, so once you do that, once we have 300 comments and everyone say where they're from, if they're interested to actually load, because one of the question I asked if you're actually interested to organize a coffee catch up. So yeah, I just want to gather all of the data from this post And then after that, try to plan a meetups all around the world. So that's one of the plan that we want to do because of the importance of the meeting in person. So that's one thing. And about the affiliates. So those of you that missed the affiliate launch, we just launched our ARPreneurs affiliates. That absolutely went viral. We got like 600 comments on that post. I think 651 comments. So we launched that. If you guys missed it and you say, hey, how can I watch the recording? If you go to the classroom and go to the Skool affiliate for ARPreneurs, then you can watch you could watch the recording on that. And then also there is the link to the PowerPoint and link to the post. So I'll pop the link in the chat. Definitely go and watch it. And another good news is that we also just launched the affiliates for free community. That means that even the people on the free community that are not part of the paid community can start making money. How that works is if you guys go refer anyone if I go to about page, and everyone can go to about page here and they can go grab the invite link. So everyone's going to have their own unique link, right? And if you go refer anyone to the free community and they come to the free community and they buy one of the courses in the classroom, because we have a lot of paid courses as well. If they buy any of these courses in the classroom, which we sell them quite regularly, then you guys gonna get 50% commission for that. So that's another thing. So you're gonna get the commission. So we got AI access to course for 997, 497. So that's one thing that you guys in the free community can also start making money by not joining the paid community, by actually trying to sell them one-off courses. You don't need to send them direct to this link. All you need to do is send them an invite. If they end up purchasing one of these courses, then you get the commission for that. Or you can just pitch one of these coaches. If you guys done one of these courses yourself, you see people around say, hey, I'm an ARpreneur. I've done this, client acquisition course, then that's fantastic. And invite them to join the community. And then if they purchase, you get a commission. So that's another news. Great news for the free members to start making some money. So that's pretty much it. That's all the news. All right, so today presentation, I'm gonna keep it to be maximum an hour because I got another meeting after that. We're gonna keep it to be nice and short and a very quick Q&A at the end. So this is the funnel hacking live part 2. Yeah, so the funnel hacking part one is inside the classroom. If you go to the classroom, it's a funnel hacking live part 1, which is basically this one. Atena spent 5 days with the world's best. That was an absolutely amazing masterclass. Put it in a chat. One, if you came to the 2 weeks ago, I think that was 2 weeks ago to the part 1. Put it in chat 1 if you did the part 1. Put it in chat 2 if you didn't. So 1, Jonathan, yeah, you did that too. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's a bit of mix. So if you guys didn't do number 1, it's a private course. However, with all of our private courses, if you guys complete the roadmap, we are able to unlock it for you guys. Once you complete the roadmap, you send a message to admin, usually Tatiana is it's someone that is on top of the customer service and admin. Send a message to Tatiana and she would unlock this for you. Then you can access the part 1 and with all of the notes, and also share about how you guys can actually create courses and notes by attending the live event. So I shared that one too. That was absolutely fantastic. I share a very good prompt that you guys can use it. So just complete the roadmap. Completed the roadmap, it wouldn't take more than half an hour. It's very, very short. You just guys need to go and have a quick review of the onboarding. You don't need to go through all the testimonial section. It's just about knowing how to write the post and community guideline and just have a quick review. And then step number 2 is this ChatGPT masterclass. It's very, very short. It's like 1 to 2 minutes each. The whole thing wouldn't take more than half an hour. And you don't need to do all of them, just anything that interests you. And then step number 3 is to write us a review. If you guys found value from today's session and you found value from everything that is inside the ARPreneurs, you just go and leave us a review by actually going in here. There is a link, the Climbo link, and you can go and leave us review in the Google Trustpilot or video. I'll just pop the link in the chat. As soon as you guys leave a review, you send a message to admin, and we will unlock these private courses for you. So any private courses that interest you, because at the moment, let's just go back to this. The very two good private courses that has been very, very popular is the Atena Pegler David Hormozy and 5 days. So these two private courses. So that's basically the roadmap. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. All right. If there's no question, I'm just gonna quickly go to the notes and we start the session. Yeah, is there any particular question in the chat that you want to bring to my attention?
No questions yet.
Okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna go to the Funnel Hacking Live. So the Funnel Hacking Live part one, we went and covered quite a bit, and that was a very, very good session. We got a lot of the good feedback after that. So again, if you haven't participated yet, just to complete the roadmap, leave us a review if you find value, and send us a message, and we will unlock that for you so you can access part one. So the part two is all about, mostly I'm going to discuss about webinar. So one of the very highlight of the Funnel Hacking Live was the Russell Brunson talking about the how he could build the click funnel from scratch and make it to be a hundred million over $100 million business. And so what he talked about was about one funnel to rule them
Oh,
all.
I just need to have someone go over there and take that sign down.
Sorry, Deb, did you ask any question? Or that was just the someone accidentally talk. So guys, do you mind to mute yourself, please? If everyone can mute themselves, that'd be bad. Appreciate it. I might just mute everyone. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna play this video. It's a very short video. The audio is not the best, but I hope you can hear you.
What is the funnel? What is the funnel that is the most important one? The answer is depends. Depends on the business. And I want to walk you through my thought process, because if you were to hire me for consulting, we sit down and I would talk you through to figure out what was the right funnel for you to focus on. And then a lot of people look at me like, Russell, you have like 200,000 funnels. I'm like, yes, I do, but the reality is only one funnel in each of my businesses that actually matters. All the rest are just appendages to that. Okay, there's like one funnel that actually matters in your business. So I wanted you to get the like inside of my brain of how to think about things, and maybe this helps simplify some things. You're not like, there's a whole bunch of funnels, I'm so confused, as opposed to like, hey, here's my one funnel. It's the most important, the one funnel that rules them all inside of this business, and on top of that, what are the other things we can use to get more people into that funnel? Okay? One of my early mentors, a guy named Gary Halbert, I had a chance once to interview him before he passed away, which was like the coolest thing in the world. I was still in college at the time. I jumped on a teleseminar, asked him a couple questions. Anyway, guys were really.
So what did you guys hear from that?
I think it was all going through your mic. We couldn't really hear.
Yeah, but there was one thing that he kept repeating. Like he repeated like at least 5, 6 times one word. What was it that you guys heard? You didn't hear anything. He was kept saying one funnel, one funnel, one funnel. That's what he kept referring to. And he said that there are some businesses that they have like 1,000 funnels, but he was like one funnel. So one funnel to rule them all. And what was that interesting that he shared the secret that it was only one funnel that took the click funnel to see the size that it is. Obviously, he's got a different funnel at the time that tested, but it's one funnel that was the main thing. And so what he was saying is that you don't need to have 1,000 different funnels, hook, like so many, like we as an entrepreneur, unfortunately, we have a tendency of overwhelming ourselves, right? We just want to do everything. We want to do content, we want to do paid advertising, we want to do this and that, and then we don't do any of this perfect. We just do a bit of everything that is really bad. And that's why we feel overwhelmed. And at the end, we say nothing works. Instead of trying to focus on one offer, one funnel, and just rinse and repeat that thing and perfect that thing and double down on that thing, this is the way to scale a business. And that's how we could scale a business ourselves. So you guys that know our story, and we wanted to come a club. So I'm just going to go back to the very beginning of this. We wanted to come a club in only like less than 10 months. Less than 10 months, we made $1 million, and that was because of one funnel that we have, which was our webinar funnel. So one webinar funnel generated $1 million revenue for us in less than 10 months. And exactly what the Russell Brunson teaching is about: perfecting one thing, rinse and repeat. You don't have to be perfect. And as you guys know, I don't have any social following. Like, I barely have any social following, and I didn't do any content creation. And all I just did one webinar funnel, and I just did paid ads and rinse and repeat, not doing anything else. Not doing anything else. Like, if some people say, oh, I have to do podcasts, I have to do this. No, you don't have to do 1,000 things. You cannot do 1,000 things. You just do one funnel, you paid advertising. So much emphasis. And in the Russell Brunson, the speech was also talking about like one funnel to rule them all. And the other thing, obviously, he mentioned about the art of the selling one to many, right? So that one funnel that you guys is doing to be able to scale as especially a small business, because you don't really have like a big team, you don't have a big budget, and you don't have a sales team. To put together a sales team is it's not that easy. You have to train them, onboard them, KPI, quality control, system. It's just like a lot of things to put together a sales team is not that easy. So, and as a small business owner, I gotta say, how can I go and scale this business without having a big team, without spending too much money? The easiest, simplest business model is sell the one to many, yeah. So that was another emphasis that Ross is saying. Selling one to many, one funnel, rinse and repeat. You can scale a business to over $1 million in less than a year. You just have to perfect that thing and understand what you're doing. So that was basically the whole focus. Also, I'm gonna just play this. You guys probably not hear much. It's only a minute, but I want you guys to see the screen. At least you get a sense of what he's talking about.
The very first thing we do inside of the Perfect webinar is we are going to tell the origin story about how we discovered this map. Okay? Second section is we're going to tell the story about how the map actually works. And third, we tell the story that's going to break the internal false beliefs. Fourth is we tell the external false beliefs, and then the offer. Okay? It was interesting, if you actually look at what this is, all this is the very beginning of the webinar. There's a hook and a story. First 15 minutes. Okay? Then next, there's a hook and a story. There's hook and a story, and then we make the offer. So all the Perfect webinar is hook story, hook story, hook story, hook story, offer. Okay? That's all it is. We're just layering in hook story, hook story, hook story, hook story, and then we make the offer at the end. Does that make sense? So it's not something completely different. It's the exact same thing. It's just structured in a way that we're making sure we're grabbing with hooks, and we're breaking down false beliefs with stories in very strategic order. But all it is hook story, hook story, hook story, hook story, offer. Okay? So that's what we're going to talk about today, is really focus on that. Like I said, in about an hour from now.
Did you guys hear anything at all? Or not much? So what he was saying, hook a story, hook a story, hook a story, hook a story. He was basically saying like the whole webinar structure in terms of he's talking about the script of webinar, of course, not the funnel. It has to be about hook and a story, hook and a story. And in the Funnel Hacking Live part 1, I did cover that quite a bit about the story. That is very, very, very important. And that hook in the story is continuously is getting repeated when you have a webinar funnel as well. And so what is a hook? Hook is basically something, a short copy that you use usually for the title of a webinar, for like a headline that you use to be able to attract someone to that thing, like something that create intrigue, right? And we show you guys about how you can create the hooks. And so that's basically what he talked about, the hook and the story. The Russell Brunson's perfect webinar, it could sound quite complicated. So if we go and show you guys about this is basically the structure. I'm just going to go down here. So it's a hook story, right? And then original story hook, map hook, internal hook, external hook, and you have the offer. So there's 5 sections that the perfect webinar is created. So he's got a course on it that he completely teaches you guys about how you can create a perfect webinar script. Because Russell Brunson himself, he's one of the break recorders of the making $3.2 million in 90 minutes. Right? While actually having that strategy of the hook and the story, original, map, internal, external, and offer. So with the way that he did, he could sell $3.2 million in 90 minutes. And since then, the perfect webinar script has been something that a lot of the successful marketers using, and we use it ourselves. We exactly use the Russell Brunson's webinar, perfect webinar, for our own webinar, and that's why we had a huge success in our webinar funnel. And I'll show you guys about how you can actually use AI to create all of that, because who have time to be able to learn all of this? And once you learn it, then you still have to go write a script, right? So it just takes weeks and months for someone that is a beginner to be able to create this perfect webinar script, word by word script for a webinar that is 90 minutes, for example. It would be like, 50, 60 pages of the script. That's the thing, like we show you guys about how you can do that with AI. Yeah, who's excited? You don't have to do it, dude. You could do that with AI. That's why we AIpreneurs. And the other one is about the hook. So one thing that we do that ourselves as a marketer, and Russell Brunson actually teaches us as well. You actually create one webinar funnel, but then you create different hooks for one webinar funnel. So you don't need to create multiple webinars if you want to have a different hook or different messages. All you do is one webinar, then you have the different hooks. That's what we did ourselves on a webinar funnel. So this is our webinar funnel, our 2CC. The one on the left is Russell Brunson's funnel. The right is ours. We basically model after him. And that's why we could get in the really ridiculously high conversion rate. I can see that 94% conversion rate, 246 people opt in, which is 10 times more than the average industry standard. Ridiculous result. So this is something that we teach as you. I did very deep dive into our webinar strategy and how we model ourselves into one of our courses, which is 10 best business. I think that was, I'm just going to go back to the classroom. This one, why AI is not negotiable in 2025. This is the one that I went deep dive into how we could win the Tucumã Club by actually doing our webinar, very deep dive. I'm not going to go through that today because we already covered that. So I'm just going to pop this in the chat so you guys can grab the link. Make sure you go watch this. But what I want to focus today that we didn't cover before is about once you have the funnel, right? And then you create a funnel. Let's say discover the 6 AI secrets that almost 98.6% of marketers miss when building funnel. You could literally have the exact same funnel, but then you create different headline. So all it changes is the headline. That's what I call hook. That's what we say. You build a funnel once, you create different hooks, different headlines. So I'll show you guys this example. So this is Russell Brunson, what he was sharing. He was sharing about one of his most successful funnel that all he was doing, he was just using different headline. Same funnel, different headline. I call it hook, right? Look at this one. My read niche funnel that's currently making me $17,947 per day. And how to ethically knock it off in less than 10 minutes. This is one hook. Look at the next hook. Next is how to instantly outspend your competitors and ethically steal all potential customers in your market. That's basically what we do. Ethically, I love that one because that's exactly what we do. We basically go model our competitors. The big one, like, is our webinar funnel is exactly what we did. We ethically model the Russell Brunson's. That's how we could actually beat him in the conversion rate. But yeah, you can see like he's using one funnel but different hook. It's again the same funnel but a different headline or different hook. Look at the next one. After 2039, 482 funnels, and so I love these numbers. You see that he's not using random numbers, right? Very, very, very random. This is really helps in marketing. In marketing, we don't want to use a random number. We love this for sort of like a random 7,000. Do you think like what he's saying is exactly true? Probably not. He's just making up like that for the marketing purpose. But it's this is just a marketing, so this sort of the headline. And here's what we learned, right? That's another hook. Next one. Discover how thousands of other small businesses have ditched their business and have instantly boosted their sales by over 640% with the click funnel, and how you can do it too. So what he's doing is all same funnel, but he's just changing the picture and the hook. So what it look like to people, the people think that it's absolutely completely brand new funnel. It's different. It's a different marketing. But it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. And all of them, when you click on it, it collect your email address, it sell you the same thing. So there's nothing, the offer is not different. What he's selling, the offer, the lead magnet is the same. The structure is the same. He's just changing the hook. Does it make sense? So we need to be clever with that. We create one funnel, we go duplicate it 10 times, and we just create a different hook. And next example is again the same one. And next example. And that's basically it. So that you can see, curiosity headline, the one thing. So you can create a different headline. And again, it's another one. And then you have the same offer. And even with the offer, right? That's something that we do that in the marketing all the time. We literally have one same offer, but we just change the bonuses or we change the name of the offer. You could literally have the same offer, but you change the name. You could call the offer that say that, for example, your offer, you could make a name for your offer. And if your offer is going to be the Black Friday challenge, how to make your first 10K, for example, right? And then the next one could be Christmas, how I went from 0 to 10K. It's literally, and then all of the inclusion is basically similar. You just change the name of them. And that's what people are gonna see, and they feel like that you're coming up with a new offer all the time, but it's not new offer, it's the same thing. Because as an entrepreneur, we cannot create so many different offers, we cannot create so many different funnels. That's the absolute number one mistake everyone do. We do the same thing, we just change the hook, we just change the name. Does it make sense? And we just repeat it over and over. That's how we can scale. So yeah, that's what he was saying, that all he's doing here, he's just changing the name of the offer. Different variation, you see? Like literally, if you look at all of these, 11,000 total value, and look at this one. It's the same offer. He's just changing how it looks. And he's changing the value of it. Very clever. That's Russell Brunson's secret to $100 million business, guys. One funnel, different hooks, one offer. Rinse and repeat. Yeah? Makes sense? Make sure, guys, you put
Anna?
your takeaways in the yes.
Trina Collins asks, how often do you change the hook?
So what we do ourselves, we A/B test it. So let me actually log into my ClickFunnels account. I'll show you guys what we did ourselves. So I got a lot of it. Let's see if I have A/B testing version in this one. Yeah, so look at what we did. So basically, we A/B tested. I think this one has the same hook but has a different image. But there are so many different variations that what we did is we using different hook and splitting the traffic. And then what happens is that randomly people see different hook. You are the same person. The next time you click, you might go to the other variation of A/B test. Let me see if this one have that. Yeah, you see this one? No, I think this one also had. Yeah, we were trying different variation. There's one that we created completely different hook because we were testing different graphic as well at some point. No, I can't find it right now. But you guys get the concept, right? The concept of A/B testing. So you basically can A/B test. It doesn't have to be two variation. You could have like 10 different variation and split the traffic in 10% each. You could do that with the GHL as well. That's how you do it. You don't go actually change it. You create a different variation. And then people come and see it. And every time someone saw, because the reason we do that is because if for example the first hook doesn't resonate with my audience, with my, let's say Trina, for example. Trina, you see the first hook, it says something, it doesn't resonate with you. And then you go and see it again tomorrow through the ads, and then you see a completely different hook or title. The second one might resonate with you. Does it make sense? And then that's you get the opt-in. So this is a very clever way of doing it. So yeah, that's basically how we do it. In terms of the offer, also you could just change it like with your audience, change it in your webinar or how you present it. It's the same offer, you just change the name and change the bit of value and this sort of thing to make it look different. All right, and you see like he was saying that all he did here was he's just changed the background color and the font color. So when the people see it, they think that it's a completely different new things, but it's not. It's the same thing. He just changed the colors. It's very clever, right? Because you as an audience see next time, you wouldn't remember. Like, so you attended my webinar a month ago, and then you attended again, and then you wouldn't remember what was the inclusion of the offer or the exact detail. Then you go and come see this, then you feel like it's a completely different offer. And you change the total value and stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. Now let's go and show you guys how you can use AI to create different hooks. Who's up for that, right? So how do I Atena go and create different hooks the hooks that sell? So you could basically use ARPreneurs Business Lab. So put in the chat note one, if you guys have already ARPreneurs Business Lab, you are a subscriber of our AR marketing platform. If you don't, put two. Just gonna see two if you don't have a subscription, one if you have a subscription. Okay, it's a bit of mix. So we have our AI, our own AI software. For those of you that don't have it, our AI software has been award-winning AI software, I would say. We won a multiple award for that software to be able to create anything for the marketing, from funnels, ad, emails, content creation. It's basically a comprehensive all-in-one marketing platform for creating the content for your marketing campaigns and modeling, and we basically use that. So how it works that we could write the entire perfect webinar script exactly based on the way that Russell Brunson teaches, and we could also create a hook. Those of you, you guys know that we're launching a new version of the software. So with the new version of the software, everyone's going to be transitioned this week, guys, as information. So when you want to log in, probably we're going to do that. Going to do that tomorrow, actually, tomorrow or on Saturday. So what's going to happen is that you guys going to go to the normal URL that you always log in, and all of a sudden you're going to be land to this beautiful new SaaS that is absolutely fantastic UX, very, very beginner friendly. And that's what we created for you guys. It's next level. So for today's example, I'm going to show you guys how you can create the hooks using the new software. So you just go and search for hook for any copy. And there's
Really quick, Atena, we have a question from Jonathan. The offer page you previously referred to 3 secrets. Do these secrets refer to external or internal beliefs?
We're going back to the notes. Sorry,
Yeah.
what is the secret?
The 3 secrets that Russell Brunson had, do these secrets refer to external and internal beliefs?
Which secret you're talking about? Internal belief is usually mean, I don't know what you mean by secret, but internal belief, or I would say internal wrong belief or false belief, is usually about I'm not good enough. Anything about myself. I'm not good enough, I don't have time, I can't do it. Like all of these people felt like this is anything internal. External belief is come from society. If I fail, what the people are gonna judge me? Right? Anything that comes from external, from the society, from other people that affect you is external, a false belief. So what we need to do in the perfect webinar, we have to go and to be able to handle all of those internal false belief and external false belief, because it's a false belief that always hold us as an entrepreneur to progress and succeed. Because we have a lot of false belief, whether it's internally, whether it's externally. I don't know about exactly the secret as to what he means by that, but we could probably cover that at the end.
It was on one of the slides. I think if you scroll up. Yeah, right there.
Oh, we're talking about that. Okay, so the number one reason, secret number one, secret number two, don't have world class, don't have world class. I can't see the whole thing. Uh, so that's kind of like, is it internal or external? Um, yeah, I think it's a bit of internal because you're gonna say, I can't do it if I don't have this. I can't do that if I don't have a copywriter. I'm not able to be able to succeed in business unless I have a team, a big team. Because all of these successful businesses, they have a team, they have a big team. It's all of this is like internal false belief. It's just like absolute false belief because and what I dislike is I see people generalizing things, right? Generalization is very bad, guys. You're gonna generalize things and say, like everyone that is successful is because they have so much money when they start a business. Everyone, like I say everyone, no, that's not the case. I started this business with zero capital. Absolutely bootstrapping, solo founder, no team. I got my first employee like mid last year. That was Tatiana. And by that time, I made 300K. With no employees, zero employee, I made 300K in a couple of months. So all of this is just internal false belief. It's just you telling to yourself society. And there's a bit of the society as well. So I kind of, I would say internal and external. Because society affects us a lot of time with this false belief. Yeah. They just come and tell us, especially those people that are under us. That's why you need to surround yourself with people higher than you. Because the people that are higher than you, they always lift you up and say, no, that's not true. That's not true. Who told you that? My mom told me that. My sister told me that. My friend told me that. And then they say, is your friend actually, what does your friends do? Is she a successful entrepreneur that she's telling you no? Why are you getting advice from her? If she had a good advice, she would have been successful herself, right? So you never get advice from people under you guys. This is the one lesson you need to learn. Because all they're doing is just they're full of false belief. Usually the people that don't make money, they're full of false belief because that's their excuses. For excuses like for this, that they just want to come up with excuses and say, I'm not going to be successful because I don't have money, because I don't have team, because I don't have any marketing experience, and blah, 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 blah. Do you know how many people in this world that are millionaires and they had none of them? They had no marketing experience, they had no team, they had no money, and they're millionaires after a couple of years. What about them? What did they do? They just got rid of all of this BS. Yeah? Don't let your false belief as society to hold you back. Surround yourself with people higher than you. And they're gonna tell you could do that. Of course you could. I believe in all of you. Every single person in this life, I believe on you. That you could be whatever you want in life. And there is sometimes I do coaching, and I did one of the members the other day, and she told me, Atena, I'm scared to tell you what my goal is. I said, why are you scared? Because it's just ridiculously unreasonable. I said, what is it? I want to be a billionaire. I was like, why would I be saying that you're stupid? I want to be a billionaire too, and you would get there 100%. You just need to prepare to do a lot of sacrifices and do something that other normal people are not prepared to do it. Right? To become a billionaire, you have to build a discipline, you have to learn about marketing, you have to obviously do hard work, but can you do that? Of course you could do that. 100%, just a matter of time and effort, and then not giving up and believing in your goal, and you just keep pushing for it. You keep pushing for it until you achieve it. It's just a matter of the time. And that's how much I believe in every single person in this room. It's just all coming from the mindset first. The mindset. And to be prepared to do things that normal people are not prepared to do it. Yeah. And work ethic is very important. Persistent, consistent action. And I say I have a term, I said mad, be mad. Massive action daily. This is what matters. And they say how long I need to do massive action daily, as long as it takes to achieve your goals. If you want to be a billionaire, you need to be mad for a couple of years, maybe. Can you be mad like massive action daily for 5 years? Of course, if it depends how badly you want that goal to happen, right? It's all like a mindset. If you want to make 100,000, you probably can be mad for only 6 months. You don't have to be mad after that, and you can just chill out. What I do myself, the moment I achieve one goal, I set a new goal, and I continue being mad. But that's just me. Do you guys think I'm a billionaire? I'm gonna retire? Of course not. I'll probably give myself 1 day break, and I'm just gonna start again. It's just like this is just his personality, how much you're hungry for success and what you're continuously progressing. And then massive action daily, it just doesn't mean you have to do boring stuff. This business is so fun. If you guys realize how fun it is, you go launch a campaign, it doesn't work, and I said, it didn't work. I'm gonna figure it out what to do. And then every time you figure things out and you have a failure, you get back up again. You be proud of yourself. You just need to look at your failures as something that I fail, I get back up. I fail, I get back up. Right? It's like my daughter when she was learning gymnastics, she's one of the best gymnasts in the world. And she's only 6 years old. She's going to the classes that competing with the teenagers. And she wants to win the Olympic. She watch all of these Olympics every day. But the 6 years olds, they're all watching TV, Papa Pig and stuff. She's watching Olympic gymnastic. And she said, Mommy, I want to be the youngest Olympic winner ever. She's got unstoppable mindset, and that girl just rips continuously. She's practice hours a day. She come from the school. She goes and practice again, like unstoppable, mad every day, massive action daily. This is who she is, right? And then when someone asked her, I think there was a teacher, said, what do you do? What do you do, Jasmine? Like you constantly, when you practice something, you fall off. What do you do? And they said, I get back up. I fall off, I get back up over and over and over and over. This is like exactly goes like a business. If you want to be successful or anything to be the world best, you just need to fall off, get back up, fall off, get back up. This is how the business is. You're not going to have success at the first place. Like continuously you launch a campaign, it doesn't work. Then you're going to say, okay, I have to get back up again. I have to get back on. As long as you take massive action daily, you continuously, you're going to achieve your goals, whatever your goals are. So this is how it is. This is, I would say, that's a part of the business, that's a part of the life. And believe me, I believe in every single person in this room. And we're teaching you about all of this tactic. We're going to show you how you can actually use AI to create the hooks, to create the script, so you don't even have to go learn it. Because obviously to be an entrepreneur and to learn everything and to go execute everything, to create just a perfect webinar script, it takes like weeks to months to create a 50-page of the perfect webinar script. And then we can do it with AI under 20 minutes. Your entire script is written, right? There's no more excuse. That's why we're AIpreneurs. So we're just going to help you guys to execute everything quicker. So then you can be successful and you can beat the competition. Anyway, that was like a very long answer to the external and internal belief. Not really related to that, but I just do believe that the fundamental of the success is the mindset. Mindset and work ethic. This is a fundamental. That's what is 80% of it. The next 20% is just, especially with AI, is very, very easy. So you could do that everything with AI. And then I had the Tony Robbins that I was going to cover next. Success in business, 80% mindset, 20% tactical strategy. He over and over emphasized on that. Right? So let's just go back to the let's go back to the webinar script. So where we were. Here we go. So hooks for any copy. So everyone that they have access to AIpreneurs Business Lab, you guys know that you can create multiple business contexts, right? So with the business context that you create, maybe I'll just actually create one from scratch. So those people that are new, they can also see how they can create a business context. So let's say that we go to our AIpreneurs website, which is a funnel. So if I want to create a business context, all I do is copy the information from this page. And I go and paste it here. And I say AIpreneurs homepage. I can choose the language model that I want to, or you can compare it with different language model. So I basically created a business context that gives me all of the marketing information I need about my business. And then that's it. We could go save it. Just gonna wait it to complete. So for those of you that are agencies or you want to use this software for your clients, what you need to do, you need to create one business context for every client. And that's it. So once you create a business context by maybe copy pasting the information from the website, if they don't have a website, you could literally put the audio recording of your call with the customer, that customer trying to explain the business and create a business context. Yeah, there are multiple different ways you could create it. Once you create this business context, then every tools that you use for the marketing is completely prompt free. So you just need to select it. That's all you do. So for hooks for any copy, I'll just go and select AIpreneurs homepage. This is the one that I just created a minute ago. And all I do, I just click on generate copy. That's it. I do nothing else. It will go create different hook for my funnel, right? How AI revolutions here. Are you ready to ride a wave to get us away? Forget everything you know about marketing. This AI powered community will change the game forever. This is another hook. Hi, a stay-at-home mom built a seven-figure business by using AI, and you can do it too. It's talking about me. The secret weapon of the Silicon Valley's top entrepreneurs revealed. Tired of wasting time and money on outdated marketing? This AI solution will slash your cost and deliver. That's it. So I literally, what I could do, there's only one funnel. All I need to do is this, change this, hook. That's it. We just change the hook, right? By basically going to this, very easy. One funnel, you change the hook. So you got a tool to be able to do that. And this is create a hook. And you could do the same thing with video as well. Like if you guys are into YouTube content and stuff, you want to create a hook for your YouTube, then you go and use the, go search for it, URL hook creator. And then you can actually refer back to the ones that you already did, like all the tools that you use. You could just see the history. So that's basically, that's about the hook. Okay, so you can use the AI. There's no more excuse. The other one is a webinar. The webinar script. So with the new software, we created a very nice flow, perfect webinar script, which is actually going through all the steps that Russell Brunson has explained. The first one, create the outline. Then we have intro, new opportunity, breaking the belief, breaking the external belief, and offer a stack and close. So what about if I just pick someone from audience CIR and we quickly start creating a webinar script for them? That's going to be my gift to one person here. I would love to pick someone that actually they are about to launch their webinar, because I genuinely want to give them value. If you're about to launch your webinar, you already did your funnel, and you're gonna say, Atena, this is the next step I literally just need to have the script. I'll do that for you. I'll gift it to you, and then you can go launch your webinar. And when you have success, just leave us a testimonial and in the group, and that's all we're asking in return. That's it. So is there anyone that actually want to run the webinars? Just put in the chat if that's you want to be picky. Otherwise, I'm just gonna use one of the business contacts I have as a demo. Will you give the training on the use of the new software? Yes, yeah, of course. With the new software, if you guys are already on that, there is a training here. It's exceptionally simple to use the new software. You spend 5-10 minutes, you already can master it because it's a very beginner-friendly user interface. And also for every tools, there is a how to use, which is usually a couple of minutes video. And then all you need to do is just watch a couple of minutes video, and that's how they use, how. And this one is to how to use the entire, basically for the entire software. And then for every individual tools, then we have how to do this. Go to modeling tool, how to use. Yeah. So that's basically what it is. So the extension part that we were using before now is integrated into the software. There's no more extension because the people were having a lot of difficulty with using the extension and keep switching. No, it's all integrated, and then you can just literally go and use it. You could go and copy paste any funnel by, if I just want to model, like, let's say ARPreneurs, all I need to do is just paste the URL. And let's say I want to, one of the businesses I have, I choose, let's say this is my client. My client say, hey, can you build a funnel for me similar to ARPreneurs? I really like it. No problems. I can build that for you. You just go put the ARPreneurs. This is the funnel I want to model. This is my client. And I just go click on clone funnel. And it doesn't have to be funnel, by the way. It could be anything. It could be blog. It could be ads. It could be sales script. Basically as quickly as I see, like this is not talking about my client, but it's model this. Fantastic. It's completely talking about a different client. It's not talking about ARPreneurs, but it's been written in the same way. And then you can save it as well. Now you have the history, you can save the output. But that's a different topic. So let's go back to the webinar. And we are a little bit running out of time as well because I want to wrap up quickly. Is there anyone that you want to pick? If you don't want it, I'll just go and just choose one of my business contacts. No
Yeah,
volunteer.
we have three people that are about to run a webinar. Alex, Jonathan, and Natasha.
Okay, so
Uh,
you guys need to put the link to your website so I can create a business context for you, and then we'll go and create a webinar. So you guys have a funnel for your webinar. If you are guys want to create a script for webinar, you need to have a webinar funnel first, because the webinar funnel is what you're going to present the script, right? The presentation. So is anyone have the webinar funnel? I don't think this is a webinar funnel though. I think this is just the homepage of your website. The best output would be if you have, uh, if you have your funnel specifically for the webinar, but that's okay. I can use that as an example. It's not going to give the absolute amazing output. The best output, 10 out of 10 output would be if you have a webinar funnel and then you use that one as a context. So I'm just going to go here. So I just say language city. Okay, so we're just going to wait for a couple of seconds to create a context for Alex. And then we go and start writing a webinar for him. Is anyone, guys, you're not in the AR.Nos yet? You can go sign up to a free trial. It's not really free trial. You just have access to one tool, which is the business context. So everyone on this call, if you go and sign up right now, I'll pop the link in here. If you go and sign up not right now, you could go and create a business context for your business right now. Or after this call, it lets you to create one business context with that free version. So that what you guys see here, it will create it for you. All you need to do, copy the information from your website. Yeah. So make sure you go and take advantage of this opportunity and sign up now while we just try to create some content. So I'm gonna save it. And again, guys, just another a reminder, if Yaya can pop the link, put your takeaways and aha moment, everything you learned today, please in the chat, in the Skool post. And we pop the link again. Make sure you do that. All right. So that's it. So Alex, this is created language city. So I'll go to perfect webinar system. I'll go and choose your context, language city. And what I do is that I do nothing else. I just click on generate webinar outline. How good is that? How simple it is to start creating a webinar. And those of you that are agencies or you want to start an agency, you go create a context for each client and then you can go create a webinar and you can easily sell this for like a couple of grands. Easily. This is how much it takes someone to actually learn it and write it. They have to do a course on it, then they have to go write it. It's going to be like 40, 50 pages of script, word by word. So you could just literally sell that for a couple of grands, something that takes you under 20 minutes to create. And that's what I'm saying, false belief, 20 minutes of your time making $2,000. That's what you could do with AI 2025. All right. So this would create, this is go really deep dive, create the outline. Yeah. So we have the outline created. And we could download it. We could save it. We could copy it. So what I do here, because I'm going to gift it to Alex, so I'm going to create a Google Doc and I copy paste everything and give it to him. Language city, webinar outline. Here we go. Oops, very big font. Okay. Gonna go back. So this is done. All I do, I click on next. Keep going. Click around. 5 click is gonna create your entire webinar for you. 5 click. It's got a name wrong, but that's okay. Alrighty, next. It's a little bit out of the context, Alex. I have to go and review it. Yeah, it's following the format, but it's a little bit, yeah, sometimes go. I think it's just the best is to use your webinar funnel. I'll just download it and I'll send it to you afterwards to save the time and copy pasting. It's just saying a lot of the storytelling.
We have a couple of questions. Dr. Zrinka is asking if there will be a recording.
Yes, usually we'll be recording, but we make the recording available for only 72 hours in the free community. In our paid community, you have lifetime access to it. So yeah, you need to make sure you watch the recording within 72 hours. Or
And
when,
then,
yeah,
go ahead.
that's it. Or when you follow the roadmap here, and after you leave a testimonial for us, you send us a message, we could unlock one of these private courses for you. Because they usually turn to private and we'll unlock it when the people complete the roadmap. So that's how you can do that.
And then Alex is asking, what do you mean by webinar funnel as opposed to my homepage?
Well, if you're going to run a webinar, where are you going to send the traffic, Alex? Are you going to send the traffic to, what is the language city? Is it this one? You're going to send the traffic to this? Because this is says book a call. It doesn't take the people to webinar. Right? So if you guys want to launch a webinar, you need to have a funnel that get the people opt-in. I'm going to show you how it works. I'll send you here. This is how it needs to look like. You get the people opt-in, you grab the information, and then they register to a webinar, right? You can't send the people to your homepage and this is not a webinar, it's book a call. It's a book your call funnel. So the first step is to actually have a funnel for that. And then for you guys that are paid members of ARpreneurs Agency Accelerator, we give this to you. So you have the access to snapshot of this for both ClickFunnels and Go High Level. So you don't have to go and build this. You could literally use ours. This is our $1 million webinar funnel. And all you need to do, you just go change the copy using the lab. That's all you need to do. So then that's it. So you don't have to build this actually. It's already built for you guys. You just use a snapshot, you change the copy using the lab, the modeling tool, yeah. The modeling tool is go change the copy for your business. And then you can launch it. So yeah, it's giving me a little bit of like, it's not the perfect output. Like I'm not 100% happy with it because we're just using a homepage, which is not, it's a book a call and Yeah, but as they will create it. So what I do is that Alex, I think like, yeah, if when you create your webinar funnel, we could redo it. But what I could do is that I go to history and show you guys the one that I did for risk-free marketing, using risk-free marketing context. Yeah, so this is for the founder of RFM, so you guys can see how it looked like. This is step one. Then we go to part two. So that's part two, and then we'll go to part three. And then we go to part four. This is really, really good. And then we go to part five. Obviously, yeah, you still have to go tweak things around. It's not, but you have the structure and then you go and play around with words and stuff. So that's basically how you can do that. That's it. So that's basically how you can create a webinar, how you can create a hook. I'm just going to quickly, any questions about perfect webinar or about Russell Brunson? Because I'm quickly going to spend the next 5-10 minutes to quickly cover Tony Robbins, and then we're going to wrap up. Any question in the chat, Yaya?
Alex just says I'm just not sure what page info you copy and paste.
Yeah, your homepage. This one.
If his homepage is not enough.
It's not about not being enough. It's enough to create any marketing campaign, but to create a webinar script, the best is to use a webinar funnel. Context. Yeah, because the webinar script is only makes sense if you have a webinar funnel. Why would you create a webinar when you have this homepage? Like, what are you going to webinar to? Send the people to here? How are you going to get registration? Does it make sense, Alex? Yeah, you could basically use, this is really good to create email sequences, to create Facebook ads and all of that. Like basically majority of the tools you see in software, you could just use your homepage. It just when it comes to webinar, that's not perfect, but you want to go create elevator pitch, target market creator, you want to go create value ladder, unique selling proposition, lead magnet creator, you want to create a sales page, everything in here, like even you want to write a book, Amazon bestseller book, you could still use that. So any of that you want to use it, you want to launch a Skool community, you could literally go and use the context from your homepage, the one that I created, and launch your Skool community. You write your about page, you write your video sales letter, you even create your graphics and your classroom. So, but for the webinar, I think that's the best thing to do that. Or any other questions about Russell Brunson?
Georgetta asks, how would this be tweaked for a specialized webinar? For example, for a thyroid reset 4-month program.
It doesn't matter if it's specialized or not. You just go copy the information from that page, create the context for it. It could be work for any industry, so it doesn't have to be a particular industry. It will work with anything. Even if you sell physical products, your e-commerce, you could still use for that. Yeah? No more questions?
That's it.
All right. So very quickly, guys, Tony Robbins. Who's a fan of Tony Robbins here? Put in the chat, Tony, if you're a fan of Tony. Yeah? How many of you we have Tony Robbins fans? 20, 20, 20, 20. I love that. Yes, Tony. Wow, that's amazing. So I love Tony Robbins so much. And I'm participating in the documentary in the TV series that I have to fly to Miami next month for the shooting. And it's called Legacy Makers, for those unicorn successful entrepreneurs and their story. And they asked me, the writers, I'm working with the writers to come up with the story and stuff. he said me that you need to bring the name of one person that has been completely changed your life, and that's how your business turned around. Since I said Tony Robbins, 100% I'm gonna credit him in that documentary because I think that was a turning point in my life that I started the really getting deep dive into all of his programs and not does just get into the program and then wean off after a while. I would actually everything that I learned I would execute and bring it um to practice it and do it. So yeah, that was a turning point in my life, 2023, that I had a lot of breakthrough after breakthroughs, and it just made me become a completely different person. It was like a new Atena was born, and I just don't even recognize myself before then. It's like totally different person. And the thing is, like, as long as we want it, like even Tony Robbins, is everyone going to Tony Robbins programs that have success and they have breakthroughs and they born with a new character? No. A lot of people just go there and they just listen, become course junkies, and he teaches you about a lot of techniques and stuff about health, wealth, a lot of different things, and even business mastery, right? Who's been to business mastery? Guys, put one if you've been to Tony Robbins Business Mastery. It's very, very intense. It's like, 16 hours a day, waking up at 2 a.m. And you go to Business Mastery, you learn a lot, but how many percent of those things that you learn you actually start executing? And how many people actually execute them? A lot of people they do the course and they do nothing with it. When I do the course, I just go all in. For me, it doesn't make sense if I spend the time to do a course to not monetize that course. For me, it's absolute waste of time. If I'm sitting on a webinar or a masterclass, I immediately execute it, what I learned. Immediately. When I read a book, I immediately execute what I learned in the book. I basically learn one chapter, I go execute that chapter before I go to the next chapter. So as long as you guys learn something and you execute from that learning, that's how you get success from your learning. Otherwise, learning is nothing, guys. You could literally attend webinars every day and master classes for the rest of the year and you still make no money. Learning is nothing, execution everything. So like even from today, you see how much you guys learning about a lot of different things. I just after that, just make it in your notebook, just put away. What is one thing I'm going to execute out of today that I learned? I've learned about the webinar. I've learned about the about one funnel, creating different hook. I learned about the mindset. I learned about a lot of things, right? What is one thing I'm going to execute? So that's all is execution. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back to this. I'm just gonna play this. You guys probably not gonna hear much, but I'm still gonna play it so at least you can see it. It's only a minute and a half.
300 people. Down to 20 all those computers. $2 $5 million a year. $500 taxes in charge. How we have everything by the way, not on the trucks, I'm living in one of the other ones, which is
So you guys probably couldn't hear much, so I just stopped it. But one thing he was saying about the world is changing, we need to adapt to the changes. So he was going to the story of I'm gonna go to here when he was going to story of the farmers. 150 years ago, 95% of the Americans were farmers. Today, only 3% are needed to run the world. Technology has reshaped the landscape. Jobs that once took decades to evolve are now transforming to 5 to 10 years. That's why you must arm yourself for the future. He talked about AI as well. He was saying that the AI is one of the biggest disruption in the tech industry and is even bigger than the farming industry. And that's what he was saying. 150 years ago, 95% of people, their job was farmers, not only 3%. And he was saying, with AI, is it going to take 150 years to go from 95%? What everyone's doing at the moment that is without AI, how many years it takes to go from 95% to that 3% that took 150 years to do with AI? He talked about a few years. Under 5 years it takes to go from here to here. And he mentioned that about majority of the jobs, over 90% of the jobs in the next few years going to be replaced by AI and robotic. And then what he was saying, instead of trying to stress about this big, disruption that coming, try to evolve and try to understand the pattern recognition. This is a pattern that happening over and over in history. When the internet revolution happened, when the farming industry, like every time there's a disruption, there's a pattern happening. Jobs get replaced, new jobs coming. Yeah, if you understand the pattern recognition and you understand what you need to do to be able to take advantage of it rather than trying to be stressed about it. So he was talking about pattern recognition, pattern utilization, and pattern mastery. This is something I learned from Tony about pattern recognition, pattern utilization, pattern mastery, and I absolutely mastered this skill set. Absolutely master it. And everything I do these days is coming from me having the skill set of pattern recognition. If I want to go and become successful or master something, all I do, I go study the people that have been succeeded on one thing. Then I find a common thing to see what caused them to be successful. I recognize the pattern. Then I will go and utilize that pattern. And because of my creativity, then I create my own pattern. And it's exactly when I launched a Skool community, then the people say, how could you master it in such a short period of time, become #1 community after a couple of months, huge growth, huge momentum. How could you do that? Did anyone teach you? No. Did you do any course for it? No. How did you self-learn things, Atena, and then you master it just very quickly? Because I have a skill set of pattern recognition. I just went and joined the top 10 top 10 Skool communities. I joined the successful communities with the high ranking. All I did, I sat there for 2 weeks, observe, and I started making notes. What they're doing, how they do the post, how is the classroom look like, how is the about page look like. Then I started writing down everything I observed, and I found a pattern. What I did on pattern, I was like, no, I know why they're successful. I know the pattern. I'll go double down on that, and I'm going to utilize that. And on top of that, I'm going to create something that they're not doing. Right? This is mastery, guys. One of the best skill set in the world that can make you to be anyone you want to be is a pattern recognition. And again, the pattern is, you could go and read the history books. The pattern is happening again now. Now this is a time for you guys to be able to be on that top companies. He mentioned about all of this is what he said. He mentioned about all of these billion-dollar companies, Amazon, eBay, and all of them. If you look at the history, every single billion-dollar company, successful company, is been launched when the disruption happened. At the time that disruption happened, like when the internet revolution happened, all of those companies launch it and they become billion-dollar companies. And that we call it winter. Disruption age is winter. He talked about the seasons. So the life is like a season. The business is like a season. We have all the 4 seasons. We have the winter, we have the spring, we have summer, and we have autumn. The best time to start a business is in winter. Because why? In winter, everyone is scared. When the people are scared, it's the winter, you go launch your empire. And this is a time. He said we are in winter now. Those companies who build a generational wealth, they all launch in winter. If you can launch a business in winter, and he was like, he doesn't know any companies that is very successful that they launch in summer or spring. And then again, he was saying, what does it mean, guys? Pattern recognition. There is a pattern between all of the successes. They're all launching winter, and we are in winter now, right? With the AI robotic disruption. So this is what we knowing that, and then like this is the absolute best time for you guys to go to master this skill set of AI using this AI softwares that we created, and to be able to learn it, to actually utilize it, start your own AI marketing agency, right? Do you know how much demand's gonna be in a year or 2 years time? The demand's gonna be here, the supply gonna be here. There's a huge gap between supply and demand. So that was the whole Tony Robbins thing, and he also talked about energy management. He said that success is about energy management. What does energy management mean? Energy management is that how your state look like, your physiology, your focus to get the result. And this is something that I emphasize a lot to our members about the state. If you're running a business, you need to be in higher state most of the time. What does higher state mean? If you every morning you wake up, this is like a very simple thing I do myself. I observe my step. I'm very mindful of it. So from 0 to 10, 10 is that I'm feeling all over the moon. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I just had a big win. I just closed a deal. That's my 10 out of 10. 0 is that means that you're feeling so down, you're feeling depressed. This is not working. Business is shit. Customers are shit. This is your 0. This is what I do. I observe it, I focus on it. When I get around the 5 or 4, I know my state is about to decline. I know it's coming up. I'm gonna stop it there and put it back up before I get to 0. Because when you get to 0, it's very hard to recover from it. And then you're gonna be in the baddest state for like days. How could you run a business when you're baddest state, guys? How could you run a business? You're gonna give up. And the reason that entrepreneurs give up because they continuously they are in bad estate, low estate for too long. You get in the low two estate for a week, you give up. It's not worth it. So your state and energy management is super important. You have to be mindful of that. Anything that it's affect you, you come in that, get it back up again, change your mood. Go have a shower, play to music, change your physiology. Physiology is very important because the brain doesn't know it. If you start dancing, like even though you're feeling so sad, all of a sudden your state changes. Just try it. When you're very, very upset, just put in happy music and dance with it. And laugh for like crazy. Just laugh. Fake laugh. Because when we do fake laugh or fake a smile, our brain doesn't know it's fake. What happens is that it's going to be a signal sent to the brain. Brain thinks I'm happy. It's going to trick the brain. So I do fake laugh a lot of time. When I go in bed, I just laugh fake for a minute. And immediately my state is changed. So these are the techniques you can learn, right? You could change your state immediately by just changing your physiology. So focus physiology to change your state, yeah? You need to try to keep at least above 5 all the time. And then try to be around 8 or 9 most of the time if you could. The more that you're higher state, the more success you're going to have in the business. Because you just keep going, keep going. So energy management, obviously, that was a very important part of it. So that's about it, guys. We're coming up to the end of it. I'm just gonna stay maybe another 2-3 minutes because I'll have to hop off very quickly. Is there any questions at all? Just put in a chat from 1 to 10. How much did you guys learn today? What did you get out of today? 1 is that I didn't learn anything, that was really bad content. 10 is that it was amazing content and I'm going actually to execute something. 10, a lot of 1, 10, 10. Fantastic. So access into notes, this is the notes from basically both funnel hacking live part 1 and part 2. Yes, of course. I give everyone access, no problem. So I'm just gonna share this with you guys. This is a link to my notes. And guys, if you found any value, I would appreciate if you could also leave us a testimonial. And once you leave a testimonial, we could unlock one of the private courses for you as well. If you already left a testimonial in one of the channel, they got multiple channel. We got video testimonial, we got the trust pilot, and we could pop the link again. So you guys can go and leave a testimonial. Really, really appreciate that. Is there any last minute question, guys? And just put in the chat because I just want everyone to monetize learning, guys. This is something that you guys need to do. Monetize learning. There's one thing that out of today you're going to execute, whether it's about the mindset, whether it's about to discipline, whether it's about the changing my physiology. Atena, you know what? After today, every time I'm in the bad state, I'm going to watch my state every day that wake up. And if I'm gonna go or see on the decline, I'm going to laugh, do fake laugh. I'm going to do fake dance. I'm going to change my physiology. I'm going to master this. I'm going to practice this. If that is all your takeaway, there's one thing you're going to do today, put it in the chat. That's one thing. Or you might say, you know what, Atana, all I'm going to do, I'm going to just practice on the, for example, the energy management. Or I'm going to do the webinar funnel. Or I'm going to practice the pattern recognition. You just told me about pattern recognition. I'm going to learn about the pattern recognition. I'm going to study about a few businesses, whatever I want to do. I want to study about those successful businesses that they're doing what I want to do. And I'm going to practice pattern recognition and pattern utilization. One thing that you're going to do after today, because other than that, you're not going to get any value if you don't execute it. Or mad. I'm going to be mad. I love that one. Massive actions daily. Fix mindset, learn more about AI, improve the further time management. Thank you, Emilio. You're always amazing, beautiful inside out. Thank you so much. Practice pattern recognition, fake lives in the shower, stay mad 100%. I love that. I absolutely love that. So let me just quickly go also share the link to the so go to here and leave a review. Here we go. That's the Klimbo link again. I appreciate if you guys leave a review and send us a message. We could unlock the Funnel Hacking Live Part 1 or any other private courses for you. And that's pretty much it. Any last minute questions? I missed most of that. That's okay, Edna. We put the recording of today in our ARPreneurs Agency Accelerator, so you're gonna have lifetime access to it. Don't worry about it. So anything that we do here, the recording go there. No questions? Oh, Caroline, yes, you raise your hand. Yes. Go ahead, Caroline. Sorry, you're muted. Here you go.
Hey, thank you. So, Atena, in the lab where we had the webinars and you had the 5 points, do you just select the one, click generate, and then when it finishes at the bottom, you click generate again and it goes to number 2? Is that how it worked?
Right. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. It's all connected tools, so it's connected with each other. So
Yeah,
basically,
so it just goes from 1 to 5
yes.
automatic.
Yeah.
Got it.
Automatic. Yeah. Very, very,
Thank
very simple. No problems. You rock, Atana. You guys are right. You're absolutely all right. So you're always showing up. That's fantastic. Guys, show up is good, but execution is better. Okay? Right? If you guys want to make me proud, just execute things. That's all I'm asking from you guys. Execute, imperfect execution. Very, very good. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today. And we got a session on Sunday, Australia, Saturday in US, in 2 days, 3 days time. So it's going to be a webinar. Let me quickly share the screen for 2 seconds to show you guys about what that event is. So if you go to the calendar, it's a Skool around the clock. This is going to be a 24 hours live. So if you guys go join them, there's a 24 hours launch. So all of the top Skool community owners, they come and have a speech or Q&A. So you basically get the top 24 communities in the Skool. They're all invited, very successful entrepreneurs. They talk about the success. And you know, guys, you guys just learned about pattern recognition, right? This is the best way to practice it. Come and listen to all the, obviously, like being like 24 hours, you probably need to sleep. Like even if you can attend like 18 of that. 18 of them, and just make a note from everyone that talk about the success, and make a note and see if you can find a pattern. What is the pattern with all of these successful people that become pattern recognition? What they're all doing. And what you're probably going to find out, that's what I find myself from reading all of these book after billionaires books, millionaire books. What the pattern that I found myself it was work ethic. I couldn't find any self-made millionaire or billionaire they've been lazy. No matter what they do. They just had a work ethic. Like talking about Sabri Subi, I was reading his book, and then he was talking about waking up at 3 a.m. And he was talking about his boss, that he's the person that he was a mentor, again, waking up at 4 a.m. JT5, like all of the successful people were talking about waking up 3, 4 a.m. And then I read that, it was 2023 that I started learning about pattern recognition and reading lots of books. And I was literally looking at them, I'm like, waking up 3, 4 a.m., 2 a.m., like this nonsense, like who could you do that? And I never been a morning person. I would the person that would wake up like 7 or 8 a.m. And it was very hard for me to adjust, but I knew that if I can get a few hours work done before the whole world wake up, I'm going to be a lot ahead of everyone else. And that's what it takes, because that few hours of the morning that there's no distraction, everyone is sleeping, there's no WhatsApp chat, there's nothing, you could literally get the deep work done. And you just focus on the deep work, transformational task, the marketing, sales. This is what you need to spend the first few hours of your morning. Every single day, spend 3 to 4 hours, work on the marketing and sales, what bring the value to the business, right? And then I knew about that. It was very hard, but it took me 30 days to adjust. I know I wake up 2 a.m. and I actually beat everyone else. All of my mentors and stuff, they wake up anywhere between 3 to 4. I wake up around 2 because I want to be better than them. My mentor is a nine-figure. I want to be a billionaire. Then I have to wake up earlier than him, right? To understanding the goal and then what it takes to achieve the goal. Like you just need to work hard. Unfortunately, this is what it is. It's like, yeah. So this is what I want you guys to do. Attend these, pattern recognition, and see what are all of the successful businesses in the Skool doing. My speech time going to be this time. If you just guys want to attend just my time, my slot, and you could just attend it. Otherwise, you can just come to the whole thing and watch everyone else. But that's going to be absolutely epic. I think that's a great opportunity. I don't think they do any recording, so that's just the only opportunity for you guys to actually listen to all of these amazing speakers and also my content as well. So make sure you attend it. That's it. All right. Thank you again, everyone. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye.